What's up everyone? My name's Alex with Systems Refined, and today I want to talk to you about reputation management. Now if you're a marketer, you kind of know what that is. It's basically just getting reviews. If you do reputation management, then you probably get Google reviews, Yelp, or Facebook reviews for other businesses. But if you're not a marketer and you're just a small business, then this is still something that you might want to know how to do. But this is geared towards a marketer, but it can still apply regardless. So let me go ahead and dive deep into each of these steps that I have created. So the first section is the setup, and you're going to want to set up your email service provider. Now, what I use is MailChimp because it's free and easy. It's free to an extent, but it's also easy to set up. So if you don't have an email service provider, then use MailChimp. It's super simple. And then once you do that, you'll want to create a reputation management list, which is what I have here. That way, anytime you get an email address, you'll just put it into that list. So the next thing you want to do after you sign up for an email service provider is create that automated email. Because you don't want to have to type up this email every single time someone gives you an email address. So all you do is you put that email on a list, and then it'll send out this automated email that you've already created. So the first thing you want to do is you want to schedule a trigger, and I usually set it for 1 day after they visit or use your service. So just set it for 1 day, choose the subject, which, an example would be, we appreciate you, or thank you for your business. We have one question, and another question or another subject would be, how did we do? And then there's also a theme that you can choose in MailChimp. That's why I put that in there. So just choose the theme you want. The next thing you want to do is create the email copy. And all I have in the email is, I want to personally thank you for your recent visit. We value you and your experience at whatever the business name is. We want to ensure you receive the best experience and we appreciate your feedback. Please complete this 1-minute survey and tell us how we did. Thank you. And I have an image here that shows kind of what the email would look like. It's very simple, right to the point. It shows who it is and, maybe your picture if you're the one that helped them. And then they just click on Start Survey. And it doesn't take them to like a review page or anything, but an actual survey. So, and that is when you would create the survey. So I use Typeform. Typeform is, there is a free version, but the version that I recommend you use is not free. But it only costs a couple bucks a month. And the reason why I would use Typeform is because it's got like smart questions, or create a smart form. And I actually have an example that I want to show you. So here is an example that I created for a past client. And this is, they were just asking for reviews on their Facebook page, which generated honestly a little too much, because they got so much good feedback that I think on Yelp, they were no longer allowing those reviews because there was just too many at once. So then we switched it over to Google. Like every so often I would switch it to Google or Facebook, and then I stopped doing Yelp because they had an issue. But you can see it looks like there is a whole bunch of questions that I ask them. But really, it's only a 3-question survey, and it's because it's a smart survey. So let me go ahead and see, I have the test logic here on. So let's go ahead and start the survey. And it says here, have I been to the branding iron? And this is when it was on Facebook. So if they said no, it would go right to, will you be joining us in the near future? But what happens when I click yes? Another question pops up, or a different question pops up. How many times have you visited us? Now, this doesn't really affect the next question. It's all going to be basically the same, but let's just say I visited quite a bit. The next question is, how many stars would you rate your visit? Now, if you click 3, it would say, oh, we're really sorry to hear that. What didn't you like about your visit? And you would just type something like, just didn't like the food or something. And then you click submit. And there's a results page or tab right here that you can see everything that everyone writes that got a 3 and below. Okay, so if they gave you a 2-star, you're never going to ask them to give you a review on Facebook, Google, or wherever, because you just don't want those reviews, right? You want to know what's happened, why they didn't like your service before they even go to Google or anything. So that's kind of important. But let's just say you gave them 4 stars, and now 4 and 5 is going to give the same thing here. It says, we're happy you enjoyed your dining experience with us. Would you be willing to write a review on Google about it? And if they say yes, you click on submit, and it says, thank you so much. Just click the link, just click on the button below to leave a review. If you click on this button here, it'll take you directly to the Google URL. And they just can write the review right away. Make sure you make it super simple. Don't let them try to find your business or anything like that. Now, I just want to show another one. Let's just go ahead and restart this. Start survey. Yes. Quite a bit. Let's do 5 stars. And let's just say, no, you don't want to leave a review. Okay, cool. It's like, oh, that's okay. And we're happy you had a great dining experience. Have a fantastic day, and thank you for filling out the survey. We look forward to serving you. And there's so many other questions that get asked based on the answers that they give me. So that's why I recommend using Typeform. So after you do all of that, I even have, choose the questions, create a smart form, pick the site to increase the reviews. So it could be Google, Yelp, Facebook, TripAdvisor, or any other one. And the next step is to collect the customer's email addresses. So you need to determine the method that you'll be using to collect emails. It could just be something as simple as, hey, can I get your email address? Or maybe it's something that you collect because you're a service provider and you get it anyway, so you have it already. But once you get that email address, make sure you add it to the reputation management list. Next is you want to start responding to the reviews. So you're going to want to check the review site daily. And I have right here used this template here, which is called Task Manager. This Task Manager is something that you would use. You would put all of your daily, weekly, monthly, and periodically repetitive tasks. So if something repeats daily, you would put it in Task Manager, so that way every day it pops up after you complete it. So you just put in check review sites for the branding iron or wherever. And you want to make sure they respond to all the new reviews. So Google likes to see you actually respond to reviews. Same with Facebook. It helps you get more search results. And the next is you are going to want to manage those negative responses that you receive. So you'll capture all the information, and then you look for any trends and make sure that the feedback is actually reasonable. If it's like, oh, the price was too much, like that, there's nothing you can do about that. But if there's something, let's say Brenda has terrible customer service skills, or Brenda was really rude, or Brenda, scoffed at me, whatever. If you see a lot of those, then maybe you should talk to Brenda. So that's a great way to start seeing trends. And the second is, how can the client improve based on the client? Oh, that basically, what I just said. So that is reputation management. The checklist here is on Asana that I use. You can see I have a whole bunch of other ones that I use. I hope you found this video valuable. And if you did, go ahead and click on that like button and click on subscribe to see more of my Asana Tips videos.